Okay, so now it's time to print. You have an STL file in your computer, and you need to change it to G-code so the printers can actually read it. And I'll show you how to do that. But first, this is the 3D printing room. We have 9 of the same printers, the Crealty Ender-3s. In order to set up your G-code, which is what the actual printer will read, you need several pieces of equipment first. You'll need one of these converters, one of the micro SD cards, just one of these name tags, and you reach over here and grab one of these parts cups. The color doesn't matter. I'll put this in here, this in here, and then the next part. Okay, so now we're back at our station. We're going to pull the STL file and create our G-code, but first we got to hook the micro SD card that's in here. So the first thing I'm going to do is dump out the material. I'm going to try and do this one-handed here. Okay, excuse me. Name tag. Yeah, it's not exactly easy doing it this way. I'll get through it in a second. First and last name and your period number. And I'm holding with my left hand, and I'm using my left index finger to hold this. Okay, that goes in the parts cup. Now, the card itself, there are 2 slots at the end. You can see a big slot and a small slot. The small slot's what we're going to use. So I'm going to put it down this way. These little teeth right here, these little wire connectors, go inside this direction. So when you see uni goes in here, and you got to push it in until it clicks. And it's clicked in. This goes over to the computer tower into one of the USB ports. Make sure it's at the right plug orientation, and plugs in. And when that happens, this comes up. This is the Ender-3 interface. This is Ender-3 G-code up here. And I'll go ahead and switch over to my computer so you all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so here is our Ender G-code. We just popped the micro SD card into a converter, plugged it into a tower, and now we have this single file on the Ender G-code micro SD card. I'm going to click on it once to make sure it's blue, right click, and delete. Any file that's on here has already been printed, so we can go ahead and just get rid of it. Now we need to go ahead and get Cura started. So we can click this. Now I've gone ahead and pinned it here, but you can come up here and search for Cura, and it'll come up. And we let it do its little thing. By this time I've already worked with you and gotten your printer all set up. So here is the Ender-3 print zone. Anything that's inside these blue lines down to the platform is what's going to print. So now we're going to add our keychain project to this file. So I got to go find it. And there's the STL file right there. Click open, and there it is. Has the same controls on the mouse as does Tinkercad. That's the red area that's in contact with the print surface, so it is in good condition. Everything's already been set up. I'll go through here. I'm going to make sure my supports are off. Build plate adhesion is none. Everything else is already set up. I've got 80 millimeters, 120 millimeters for my speeds. Difference between print and travel speed. Print speed is the movement of the print head while it's pushing out material. Travel speed is when it is not pushing out any material and moves from one location to another. Okay, so once I've got that there, come over here to the slice button. Slices, and it tells me that it's 45 minutes. And we use 1.91 meters of material. That's about 6 feet. Then it says save to removable. If I mouse over it, it shows me that's going to the Ender-3 code micro SD card. If it says anything other than that, you come over here to the little arrow and you've got to another area. So we want to go to the micro SD card, Ender-3 code, press the button, and it's already saved it. You're like, no way. Yeah, it doesn't take very long. And there is the file that I'm going to be printing. So now what we do is once we got that, we close out of that program. And then we can go ahead and pull the card straight out of the computer. We're going to pull the converter out, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I've got Cura closed out. I'm over here in my tower. There's my converter, and there's my actual SD card. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this. Pull out the card. Just pull out the card. You push it, and it pops out, and you can pull it out. Goes into the cup with your name tag. And we'll head over to the printer. I'll show you how to get the printer started. Okay, so here's our print cup. I've got my parts cup. I've got my SD card in there, ready to go. Name tag and the converter. We'll come over here. Put that down for now. Put that in there. Now I get to go to one of the printers. I think I'm gonna pick on. Let's pick on this one. Now, right now the power is off, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and add the card whether the power's on or off. Okay, now there's the little micro SD card. You've got a little tab right there where my thumb is, and there are the little plugs. And right down here, there's a slot, and that goes in the slot. You push it until it clicks. The cup goes right here. Then to turn on the machine, if it's off, you come over here to the power switch, flip that on, and this is the introduction to the printer. So there's your interface. Now this knob is our control. Not only is it a knob, but it's also a button. So I'm going to push and then rotate down to where it says print from. Either will say print from media or print from TF card. So I want that. Push it again. There's the file I want to print. Go ahead and push that and then print. And that's it. The machine will warm up. The nozzle's underneath here. It'll heat up to about 200 degrees Celsius, which is about 385 degrees Fahrenheit. And the platform will heat up to about 60 degrees Celsius. And don't ask me what that conversion is into Fahrenheit either. But now that we've set it, now we can forget it. This print probably will take at least 50 minutes to do, even though it said 46 on the computer station, because this thing has to heat up and then actually goes through the actual process of printing everything out. That is the end of how we print things here in engineering class.